Hey guys, it's WT here from the Coin Alley. It is Thursday, January the 18th. And wow, what an interesting week it's been. So, where do we start? Well, I guess we should address the elephant in the room. So, BitConnect offered up a rude awakening this week when they announced that they're closing shop on their lending and exchange program. As you can see down here, and I'm sure this is no news to any of you, since you really couldn't go anywhere on YouTube without actually seeing someone mentioning anything about BitConnect and the changes. So I'm going to assume that everyone's aware of what's going on, and if you're not aware, you can head on over to BitConnect website and you can read up on the changes. So pretty much they're saying that they're closing their platform, or they're closing their lending program and their internal exchange as a result of negative press, as a result of the DDoS attacks, and of course the cease and desist orders from Texas and North Carolina. They didn't mention anything about the cease and desist order that they had received in the United Kingdom. So pretty much what they did was they released everyone's, I guess, if you had a loan on BitConnect, they released your loan. So everyone got their capital release at the current rate. Well, they're proposing $363, I guess that was the initial cost or initial price that they were going to offer you your BCC tokens at. It would have been decent if they offered you your loan capital at the current BTC price, but of course they did the BCC price. I didn't have a whole bunch of money invested in BitConnect. I never promoted BitConnect. I got into BitConnect, I believe, last April. I threw like $100 at it, and I reinvested maybe like 3 times. So when I went to look at my capital release, I had $140. So it wasn't anything that great. I didn't lose a whole bunch of money compared to what a lot of other people have out there, and I certainly feel for them in regards to what they've experienced with BitConnect. But it's not just BitConnect. A lot of these other platforms are doing a lot of other things. So we have Regal Coin, and you can't even log into it right now, with this ridiculous message. We're in the process of integrating systems. Please be patient. At least they spelled patient correctly. They're planning some 2018 resolution. I guess they're trying to be better. But a few weeks back, they were doing this BS where you're only limited to like 50 Regal coins per day. So they're trying to control how much you can withdraw. Speaking of controlling, Hextra Coin. As you can see, they're doing things over here like lotteries. They're throwing these games to entice people to stay on their platforms. Right now, the price of the Hextra coin is $5.40 US. And then if you try to cash out, you end up with an error message that the load is too heavy, or the load is too great, or try again later, or something along those lines. So these lending platforms are apparently just playing games with us. And you know what? I think we might have brought this onto ourselves, and I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But let's look at platforms like NeoConnect. NeoConnect, their platform or their site stopped responding a few weeks back. So they might have done the infamous exit scam. Platforms like Vone that I covered a few weeks back, Their website is down. No information on their Facebook. Well, actually, their Facebook just vanished into thin air. As you can see here, this is the result of the Vone website. It's or their presence on Facebook. It's all deleted, so we know that that's a scam, right? You have sites like Ucoin Cash. They're pretty much holding you hostage when it comes to you getting your withdrawals. They've had issues with their site. There was security problems a few weeks back, which they never addressed. Well, they did in a roundabout way. When they came back, they implemented this new system where for you to log in, you got to confirm your link via your email, but they never addressed the fact that anyone could have logged into anyone's account. Now, if you have money on the system and you're trying to withdraw it, you can't withdraw until you do a loan, which, someone said this is like blackmail. You lend, and then if you lend, then we'll let you take your money out. So that's a bunch of bullshit, right? And back over here on Hextra, they're setting a sell limit on your coins. So you can't sell your coins for less than this amount. So 4900, which is about $5.51. If you're looking to sell, you can't sell it for any less than that amount. So they're controlling the price of the market. So, what am I saying here? I think that the landscape for lending platforms has changed dramatically. And I think it's going to be a tough sell for any new lending platform that comes out anytime after this week to be successful. They're going to suffer because a lot of people have really gotten sick and tired of all the BS and all the games that a lot of these platforms have been pulling. Platforms like BitSerial, they've made their platform, their website really flashy, really pretty. They've made updates on their social media that they're doing better. They're making improvements, and it's just a lot of promises and not a whole lot of action. So I believe someone recently said, and I want to say it was JPAR, said that a lot of these HYIP sites or HYIP platforms realize that a lot of us were no longer promoting them. We're no longer, throwing our hard-earned money, cryptocurrency at them because we knew they were a scam, they were a fraud. So what they did, they developed something new, something that's enticing for people. So they brought out the lending platform. Ooh, the lending platform. So this was the new thing that everyone wanted to get into because HYIPs were very risky. So with the success of BitConnect at the time, prior to BitConnect doing its 360 or its whatever, its 180, prior to BitConnect doing that, and then the successes of Regal Coin in its early days, people started becoming, getting major FOMO. So these HYIPs, they were like, okay, let's throw out all these new lending platforms, which will entice people, and then we'll exit scam them, So I think I'm not surprised that a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people are deciding to no longer getting into lending platforms, lending ICOs, and they're looking at other types of ways to earn passive income. So legitimate ICOs, much like Titanium that we just saw, ICOs like IndaHash, ICOs like possibly Envion, just to name a few. Personally, I've stopped investing in lending platforms last year because last year was ridiculous. I had a spreadsheet of at least 20 platforms that I was getting involved in, and every week I was getting emails, messages, smoke signals, people just telling me all about these new platforms that I should get into. And I'm like, you know what? After a while, it became, very overwhelming. And, I'm glad that a lot of them I didn't get into, but also there were some of them that I did get into, and, they were a flop. And, I preach to you guys all the time, invest only what you can afford to lose. And that's what I did. I invest only what I can afford to lose. So when these sites decide to not launch, or they do a half-assed job at launching, and they just kind of, dangle that carrot at us and just let us wait around, and they never really have a full product, then in the end, I'm disappointed, but I'm not like complaining or crying or, screaming scam or whatever. But the reason for this video was not to complain, is just, share my observations of this past week, and, what I think going forward. I have a strong feeling that a lot of these lending platforms are, they're going to end up doing pretty much what BitConnect did. They might not do it as nicely, if you want to call that, what they did was nice, but, they're going to outright, going to get the 404 or the 503, or one morning you're going to log in to the website or try to get to the website, and you're going to notice that the site's just no longer available. But anyways, that was generally my quick rambling about my thoughts on lending platforms and where I think they're gonna head in this year. But other than that, I have my eyes on some stocks, some ICOs. Really, I'm looking at I believe it's called Ethos. I'm really looking forward to Ethos. They have a really good product, and I'm really excited about what they have to offer. Looking at the pricing on this coin right now, I wish I had gotten in during their ICO. They had an ICO, and I believe it was around 5 cents, and I wish I had gotten in or knew about the ICO, but I was definitely focused on a lot of other different things at the time. So I'm going to keep an eye on Ethos, or Ethos, however it's pronounced, because they're planning, really big things, from social media to banking accounts to, all sorts of stuff. So I'm definitely looking at Ethos. I'm looking at Titanium. Their ICO sold out today. I'm really excited that I was able to get some Titanium tokens, and hopefully you guys followed that video from Sunday, Subscriber's Choice, and for those of you who are interested, I hope you had a chance to actually get in to Titanium. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Sorry for the lapse in videos for the last few days, but I've been very busy with work, and just wanted to throw you guys this video, and hopefully you're able to get into, I know this week it was a bloodbath out there, and hopefully you guys were able to get in and buy some altcoins while the price dipped down. The whole coin market cap was red on Tuesday, I believe it was. So there was a lot of coins out there that you could have at a good price. Bitcoin is definitely trying to rebound. Right now it is up 3.22% in the last 24 hours, and Ripple is definitely holding its own, although it did dip below $1, but it is back up above $1. So I think Ripple is something to keep your eyes on, and I guess Cardona, you could definitely get that at a good price right now. Although it is, it's been down 12% in the last 7 days, but you know, a lot of people are calling it the, I want to say it's the Japanese Ethereum. It's one of those. But let me know your thoughts on this video, on lending platforms in general. And until our next video, guys, take care of yourself and, of course, each other.